relationship and counseling, you are going to see a lot. And so she's not able to connect. So, Lord, follow me attentively. Sometimes I just like you listening and taking down your notes, because even just in the course of you writing down, it helps you understand better. It's like double, because you write, you hear and you write, you listen and you write. So, for you to be an effective coach, you must have a strong mindset. Your mindset, you must be firm and stable in your mind, because this is not a walk in the park. Marriage counseling and coaching is not you taking a walk in the park. Yes, you are going to hear things that will shock you to the core, things that will move you. Sometimes it can move you into tears. Somebody tells you their story and you find yourself crying with them, weeping with them. And you ask yourself, whether is this for real? Is this happening to a human or to an animal? So that is why you must build a strong mindset as a coach. There's so much demand in this marriage and relationship sector. Crazy demands. And that's one of the reasons why the School of Marriage Counseling is here. Because the number of people that need help, I'm telling you, there are too many compared to the people who are professionally equipped to do it. And so because they need help, they go pouring out on just anybody, since they can't find who, or they can't even, maybe they don't even know who can give them professional guidance. They just go up, end up magnifying the trauma that they already have from their relationship. So imagine that you go pour what you are going through to somebody, and they want to tell this person has gone on to 1, 2, 3, 4 other people. And then you realize your story is out there. A lot of the time, people don't even share because of these type of things, they fear. That is why professional coaching and counseling is very necessary, because when coaches are trained, they will understand the importance of confidentiality. They know that they're here to build and not to break. And so any act or any action that you would take that can be, you have to take note. You have to be wise and make sure that whatever you're doing with them doesn't break them. It should build them, should make them better. So it's therefore very important that you know the reason why you're becoming a coach. You're becoming a coach because you go out there that need help. The many. You must understand the positive and the two sides of whatever is happening. A coach, you must build yourself, and then so that you can understand people. Understand yourself to understand people. Build you to build people. Help you to help people. That's why this starts working on you before it gets to work on others. It starts equipping you before you get to use the knowledge to equip others. So the essence is that you're going to be helping a lot of people. You're going to be helping too many people. Like I have people on the queue now for me that I'm trying to program. When do I even talk to them? This one is your thoughts. Sometimes some of them will just really go through that form and somehow they start locating their problem by themselves. So by the time the answer respond to that form and send it back to me, I already know where their issues are, where they can, and then it also in a way that it helps them. That's my personal coaching, my one-on-one for people that come for counseling. People that come for counseling. For my students who will graduate, after graduation, you will have to go out to manifest, to help. You should create your own something from that one. Let that be like a blueprint for you. Create what you can use to coach, to counsel. You know, it is important to understand how to go about it, what type of questions to ask, because that is what makes coaching. That is understanding the mindset of a coach. What type of questions should you even ask? People just come and they maybe you don't even know comments back is that day that somebody came to me, a lady came, she saw her friend with a guy. The guy, what I had done what to her, as she just saw the guy and the girl and that asked the girl, a long-term classmate she had not seen for a long time. She saw this guy and just made it. Yeah, said, hey, is it not my friend? This person called the name, the girl and said, why are you doing here? She said, I came to see my boyfriend. Boyfriend. Then she said, who is the boyfriend? She pointed at the guy, and he happened to be the guy that maybe I've been owing her because she sells food somewhere, owing her money where she was selling food and things like that. So they had some issues on that. And then she just made a sound. That's all she made it. This girl went back to the boyfriend. Serious problem. So the guy, what I resolved with the boy, we gave her how they came back to this girl and he ended up at the police. So, what did you tell my girlfriend? What did you tell my girlfriend? And this girl, mind you, this is what she said. She told me, do you know those type of slangs we make that have said everything without saying, without speaking? She told me, and that was a big problem. I said they ended at the police station with that case. To tell you that relationship and marriage issues are very delicate. So it is important to understand how to navigate, understand how to talk to it. At that time, people are coming sometimes, especially when there's a conflict already, because premarital, it's okay. You can still sort people out. That's why I even like premarital. I'm telling you. But most of the time, people are coming only when damage has been caused. They don't show up for premarital. They don't even value it as much as they're supposed to value. They're supposed to show up and make sure that they don't enter into wrong relationships. They just downplay it. Even when they go to see counselors in churches, they just do some things because counselors themselves, they don't go sometimes into the depths of what they need to know about each other before you say yes. By the time they're coming, they didn't wait for counseling. They've already done a lot of things. They've gone far. So counselors more or less don't even have a lot to say. I have had cases come up to me like that. They were 2 weeks to their traditional marriage. I say, but you are 2 weeks to your traditional marriage. Are you coming to me that I should do some magic or I should tell you what, not to go and do your marriage? You have already made a date. You have sold everything. You have fixed, cook food. I'm telling you. There was another case, I don't know what I dropped to your group there. The lady, she was I don't know, she's about to get into a wrong, make a wrong decision, but she got into it. She's still there. So she was still there and still have problems. And problems she had seen, red flags she had already seen, and mentioned it herself. They are coming at the nick of time. You find people like that. Are you going to know? However, there are truths that you get to make them to understand so that they cannot make their decisions, whatever they want to do. So, who is a coach? Who is a coach? A coach is someone who brings the best out of someone who needs help. A coach is someone who brings out the best out of someone who needs help. So, we call this a client-centered process. The process is centered around the client. It's not about you. It's not around you. Person, the client. It is about them. Someone will say it is a client or a client-centered process. Will mean that the focus is that person and not you, the coach. Okay? So it's a client-centered process that helps singles and married to maximize their own potentials. Maximize their potentials or their purpose for that marriage, so that they can achieve specific goals. They maximize their potentials or their purpose for that marriage, so that they can achieve specific goals and enhance a high self-awareness within that environment. Did you get that?
Miss Mama, can you go over it again?
So I was saying that we say that it is a client-centered process, first of all, because the focus is the client. It's a client-centered process which helps singles and married people to maximize their potentials or their purpose in that marriage, so that they can achieve specific goals and enhance a high self-awareness within that environment. So they should be knowledgeable in that environment. They should know what they need to know in a marriage. They should have the best out of that marriage, that environment in which they are, which is their marriage. So you help them to maximize that, achieve their goals. Everybody that goes into a marriage, they go with the intention of having a good time, having a good marriage, enjoying their marriage, not enduring. So they go in with this mindset. You help them to enjoy that goal, because that is it. I call it the general goal, right? You help them to enjoy that. You help them to maximize it, to have the best out of their marriage. You know, marriage like that is like the blue white sea. You can go into it, and there are different kind of fishes inside the blue white sea. Some are harmful, some are gentle, some are edible, some are poisonous. Marriage is just like that. You can get things in it that you didn't expect. But what you help them do is help them get the best out of that environment in which they find themselves. That's in a nutshell what we are saying. So, and through that coaching or through a coach, they will equally pursue personal growth. They will pursue personal growth to change the dynamics, because there are things they need to learn and grow and understand. For instance, people need to understand things like empathy, like emotional intelligence, so that they can manage their homes, their emotions in a good way. Not that, oh, something just happens, you spark, no control, no reasoning. You just act the way you want to act. So they need to pursue growth. So once a person encounters a coach, the next thing that should be happening to them is that they are pursuing personal growth to change the dynamics of that relationship, so that the client-centered, the thing is client-centered and not you, not coach-centered, it's client-centered. So they start to pursue growth. You are where you are because you're pursuing growth. You're pursuing growth until you are at that point where somebody can approach you. Somebody can come to you for help because you have taken a certain level in growth. And so they see you like you carry their solution. They see you like you can understand this thing. There's a reason why people come to you for that. There's a reason why they'll keep coming to you for help. Because they see you like somebody, like an example that can, they're like a teacher, like somebody that can help them out of this. And so when they come to you, let that be an opportunity to help them grow. Mm-hmm. So understand that they are coming to you because they have seen something, they have seen light. So shine that light. Give them that light. Help them. Because your goal as a coach is to help them achieve something very specific that they need. And you will know, you bear with me, that whatever it is they need to enjoy a good marriage, they need to grow. They need to. Some of us started growing. We're already in the process before we started growing. We're already in the marriage, then we realized that, hey, my God, we need to grow. One needs to just develop. Some of us grew in hard ways, in different ways. Nobody told you what the thing was going to look like. And so you find yourself in it, and then you realize you have to grow here. Man, you got to grow. So the purpose of coaching, of you coaching, is for you to empower, listen, to empower positive changes in their lives. So you coaching is empowering them. That's why once you start coaching with them, you need to direct them or guide them towards personal growth. Personal growth, because you are there to help them find their own solutions. Once they grow, they will start finding solutions for themselves. They will understand how to behave, what to say, what not to do, what not to do. Because growth has taken place. There are things that it's only growth that will do for them. And mind you, it's not just about providing solution. It's not just about providing solution. It's about guiding the clients on their unique journey towards what? Self-discovery. Guiding them on their unique journey, because no two people are the same. Their problems will not be the same. They're as different as people are. The problems are different. The challenges are different. You know, so you'll be guiding the client towards their own unique journey of self-discovery and transformation. It's unique. Somebody will come, they have maybe character issues. Somebody, they have an in-law issue. It's not their character. It's not about them. It's what is happening to them. People will come, some have a
Are we together? Can we hear me? Is it my network or is mommy's network?
I can get you, ma.
Okay.
It's mommy's network.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'm back. I think my network kicked me out. I'm sorry about that. I don't even know where did I end. I don't know what was the last thing you heard.
Just saying
Yes.
that their own
Guiding them
unique
in their journey
It's
of
about
self
guiding
growth.
them to through a journey of
Self-discovery. Okay. I don't know, right? Is that Solange network or is mine? Can you guys hear me clearly? She's breaking. Can you all hear me?
Yes, mommy.
5 on 5.
Yes,
All
yes, we
right,
can
good.
hear you very
I
well.
think
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
yes, So's own is a bit shaky. So she's saying that I think I talked about guiding the client on their own unique journey of self-discovery and transformation. Because these journeys they are unique, of course. The problems are unique, their challenges are unique to people. So it's not necessarily the same problem you will hear from all the people that come up to you. You see, you will listen to diverse issues, diverse problems. And I was saying that if a coach is trying to help a client, make sure that they discover the answers, make sure that you drive them towards their solution, because if you can't drive them towards solution, the job is not well done. It has to be a job well done when you drive them towards a solution, towards them taking a decision. And what you need to know is that it is the client that will make their decision, not you. You guide them, but they make the decision. So you're not going to impose on them what they should do. That's one thing you must know. And some decisions are based on what is in their minds, what is happening in their relationship patterns, and their own discoveries. So they will discover and make those decisions when you have opened their minds up, when you have guided them towards growth. Then, based on your own assessment, you are going to help them also to decide what road to follow. What should we do for solution, for transformation, and for growth? What path should we take? What road should we follow? What should we do for transformation? So you're going to help them in that making that decision. That is the job of the coach. And so if they choose not to follow, it's no longer your problem. Your own is, well, this is what it is. You got to make the decision here. What do you want? As we're going step by step, you're going to see some of those details on how to approach them. So if they choose not to follow, it's no longer your problem. You have given them what you're supposed to give them. Because it is still a decision that they have to make. To follow or not to follow is their decision. It's their choice to make. So coaching is helping clients to make decisions about where they need to be in their lives. Where they are, where they need to be. You help them to make decisions about where they are and where they need to be. Help clients make these decisions about where they want to be, because they always come with things. They will come with so many things, telling you this, telling you that. There are so many things. You find out how to get the questions you ask them. So you only help them to make the decision, but you are not the one making that decision. You are not the one to do the work for them. They must do the work. The coach is not doing the work. You are not the one to act in their place. And you are not the one to help them do the self-discovery. They have to discover by themselves with the tools and the techniques and the strategies that you have given them. So it is a client who is now going to get their transformation. You're only giving them aid. You're only giving them support, but they get the transformation. After you have supported them, right? So situations where you begin to ask them questions like, do you really want this marriage to work? Do you want it to work or not? Do you want things to change or not? It is their decision. Do they want it to change? So as a coach, that is when you now open their eyes to see that it will only take change for things to get better. There has to be a change. They must know that there has to be a change. They have to understand that there must be a change. Because a lot of the time, people don't understand that, when they bring things to you, they're only telling you maybe sometimes about the other person. They are not seeing what they do have to change. The other person is blaming the other person. This one is blaming the other person. Nobody thinks that, but to tell you the truth, for them to arrive where they want to go to, there has to be a change. It's what type of change they will not do in the self-discovery. They will know what type of change to do. So questions or the technique of the 7 power questions. Questions around 7 key areas in marriage. And I call it the technique of the 7 power questions. 7 power. So these questions will help them to take a decision. And if they don't take a decision, it will be their problem. They will decide to improve on their marriage or not. Lady Love, please kindly help me tell Dr. Jones that I'm in class. Send her a message. She's trying to call. Sorry about that interruption. So, what you are doing to them is prompting them. Then they will decide what they want to do. Whether they want to make improvements, whether they want to be open to change, or what. So I'll list you the 7 key areas of questioning. Number 1 is communication. You have questions around communication. Let me just list their communication, their intimacy, their finance, their children, conflict resolution method, sex life, work-life balance. Those are the key areas, core areas that you ask questions about. Because most of the time, when they come, with these problems. You will see that you discover that their problems, they will either come from communication, either poor communication, or they have a problem around their intimacy, or their children, or their finances, or the work-life balance. These are core areas that you find out that you have questions around these key areas. Whatever they may be going through will come from one of these key areas. If it's not communication, it's conflict resolution. If it's not conflict, like the way they resolve their conflict, because conflict is part of life, they have to understand that. Conflict will always show up that things. It's just conflict is just two people having different opinions on a thing. So it must not be a bad thing. It's just on the way you decide to handle it. It's not always entirely bad. It's not entirely bad. So you discover that when couples come, there is a problem around communication or their intimacy or their finances or their children or conflict resolution or their sex life. So these are the work-life balance. These are the key areas that questions will come from. So it is important to let them know that coaching is about change. It's about change. You got to change something. Change something about the way you communicate or the way you receive from your person. Communication. It's a two-way thing though. So there will be something around communication maybe that they need to change. And they must understand that there's a change that needs to take place, and that if that change doesn't happen, nothing will change. They should not expect anything good to happen. Nothing will change if they don't change. People always think that, okay, let me go and report, like they're going to police to go and report somebody that they will punish. They will punish that person you have reported. But it's not always about you reporting somebody and somebody being punished. It's about all of you having a change mindset, changing, growing, and having to change something. Having to change something. So you must make that very clear to them. The transformation, the self-discovery, the self-awareness, the emotional intelligence, the ability to see themselves as who they are. All of this is their responsibility. It is their responsibility. So there will be transformation, the self-discovery, the awareness. These are things that will bring about the change that they are looking for, bring about the goal they want to achieve in their marriage. There has to be self-discovery. There has to be some transformation, because you go with your own mindset, you think that what you know is the best, and so this other person is completely wrong. But when you come to a level of self-awareness, oh my God, you start discovering that, oh my goodness, I was looking at this thing and thinking that this person was bad, whereas there's something about you need to change. There's something about your mindset that you need to touch. There is something about your communication you need to think about. There is something about your emotional intelligence that you need to build, so that it's not always about the other person doing something or did something to you. So when you have two people, when they start growing and they start having self-awareness, both of them, come and see two people who have had this self-discovery, self-awareness, transformation. That's what makes marriages sweet. I'm telling you, because people have discovered a lot of things, and that me, in my growth process, helped me to understand so much. I know my personality. I understand my husband's personality. So there are things about him that is not a fight. I don't fight because I now understand him better. I understand me better and understand him. So many fights are, born from the fact that we don't really understand who we are, one, two, who the other person truly is. So you discover that this growth is key to resolving most of the problems that people have in their homes, in marriages, in their relationships. So imagine somebody who is emotionally mature. Imagine somebody that is self-aware. All of this too, they apply to singles, because a single must first of all discover who they are, self-identity, if possible, align with their purpose before they find who they can go along with on that journey. find you. Many people found themselves in traps because they did not find themselves. So anybody that something that has taken them, swept them off their feet, so they are gone. You have not even found out the reality of this person's personality and your own personality, and does it match? Do we even go together? Top list of values, which is like key when it comes to Christian counseling. What values do they keep? They get into a marriage, and the man she comes from a family, a Christian background family, and they love church, they love the things of God, and then you are getting married to a man who doesn't just care about the things of God, and then you are just going you in it, and you are thinking, I will change this man. You change man. Are you God? So those are the errors that many people have found themselves in, and they are struggling in marriage because they never took time to have this self-awareness, self-discovery, and all of that. You know, the ability to see themselves as who they are is their responsibility. So these are the things that a coach, you using the 7 power technique, you help them to make decisions. You help them to guide them to make the right choices, to grow, to gain self-awareness, to get transformation. That's what you do for them. And then now, what are the roles and responsibilities of a relationship and marriage coach? What are you supposed to do as that person? What are the roles? So I have quite a few points here. I'll just be listening to you. Number 1, active listening. Let's just go fast. Active listening. I like taking notes because when I take down notes, it helps me to remember. The things stick more when I write them. So active listening. We're talking about the roles and responsibility of a coach, of a marriage coach, or relationship coach, whatever you want to call it. So number 1 is active listener. Number 2 is you're a supporter. Support them in that process. You're motivated. Number 3, what and things like that. So you are there like an accountability partner. You have to be empathetic. You must not be judged. Don't judge them. You don't even know the shoe that somebody is wearing. You don't even know why they're behaving the way they're behaving. You don't even know why they are going through what they are going through. Because you don't know where they're coming from. Sometimes. So let's not be too quick to judge them. So you must be non-judgmental. Don't judge them. You see this kind of, how this girl made that statement and it landed them in the police. Because that boy came back for a fight, fought that girl, beat her until she took the matter to the police. Because of what? A wrong slang. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what they call that. Maybe it's Sola will tell us what they call this in communication. Is it a slang? Is it a what? And some people are fond of just making, you don't know what it means. When somebody is communicating, I mean like a coach, avoid these slangs. Learn to not to be too, how do they describe this type of people? Opinionated. Opinionated. That is when you're bad exclamation. Thank you. Yes. Bad exclamation. Some people are good at those bad exclamations. They are not good. They communicate very negatively into the people around you. So they'll just look at you. They will not say anything. An expression, reaction. Yes, thank you. So that when somebody is saying something, whether good or bad, don't make. If you want to say when you just say you have said so much, you have judged them. It's judgmental. So there's a judgmental spirit which a coach must deal with. If you're a coach, you have to deal with that thing. Do away with it. Like stop. Some type of thing. Hey, we have different ones. People who come from different parts. Hey, whoa. they are telling them something. Be non-judgmental. It is a judgmental thing. Let's not do it as a coach. We are talking about the responsibility, the rules and the responsibility of the coach. Don't be judgmental. Then one of the other responsibility is powerful questioning. Powerful questioning. You have to learn how to ask the right questions, the type of question that will prompt them to find themselves. We're going to get there. When we do this, the growth strategy will understand how to question. Then you must have an empowering and positive outlook. Let them see you and see hope. Let them see hope, positive outlook. In the way you will share with them, the way you will talk with them, the way you will appear before them, let them see hope in you. Powerful outlook. You must possess that. And because they are coming to you because they see you and they see solution. When they see you, they see their solution. So give them that hope. And if it means you referring them to some other person, I've done that severally. I've done that. If it means you referring them to some other person, the case may be more than you, which is okay. Hospitals have reference hospitals. Why not this? You refer, you go to a doctor, the doctor refers you to another doctor. Go and see this one. Can you see this other person? I want to refer you to somebody that will be able to help you. I've done that. For instance, I've never handled any case of divorce until one showed up and I didn't know what to do. I had to refer them to somebody that does that. It's okay, it's a divorce case, but as a coach, you don't know what will come your way. You don't even know what will come your way. So you have to learn to be knowledgeable or know where to refer. Who to refer them to. So, okay, if it comes to this is the decision you are making, then see this person. When they go there, the person will take them to another level of counseling before they decide again there. So you must have that positive outlook and let them see hope, let them find hope. Then, flexibility and adaptability. Yeah, the coach must have flexibility and adaptability. So coaching as a relationship coach is dynamic. It has to be a dynamic because you're going to be meeting different things and you may have some frameworks giving you, like I'm going to give you a framework tonight, but you have to be flexible and adaptable to deploy whatever you're deploying. So you may have some tools to deploy, but be flexible, be adaptable. So don't be stiff because they said, okay, yes, no, they have said that this question 1, you must ask like this question 2. What they give to you will make you adapt your question to their own, tailor it to their problems, tailor it to their own case scenario. It's not the same thing for everybody. So you must be adaptable and you must be flexible in deploying your framework or any tool that you've been given to use for coaching and for counseling. And then you must have the ability to take feedback and constructive criticism as a coach. You must have the ability to take feedback, take constructive criticism. So if, a coach must have a coach. Every coach has a coach. Every mentor has a mentor. They have people that are looking up to. So somebody will tell you, okay, this is how you look at this. Maybe you thought. And that's why you see in the School of Marriage Counseling, we give everyone the opportunity to teach in an area. Come and teach, come and explain, come and take one topic and master it and be a master in that subject area. Because that is where you start. You're already teaching. So you're already understanding it to the point where you can also help others to understand. So you may be given feedback, you may be criticized. We're already doing it here. Learn to accept it, learn to receive the constructive criticism and feedback because it helps you to grow, it helps you to get better, it helps you to be for real. Because it's authenticity demands that you get a feedback because if not, nobody is perfect. You always do some things that somebody may see what to say, okay, this was good, but you could add this or subtract this or do whatever. So let's be open to that. Then you must have ethical conduct. This thing I just talked about is ethics. The coach, the ethics of a coach, you don't just talk carelessly. You don't respond to people anyhow. And you don't just react. Always talk. Your opinion, everybody knows how you feel, how you talk, what you want, what you don't want. Not always. It's not necessary all the time. So you must have ethical conduct as a coach. You must, because you are exemplary. People are learning how to behave from you as well. So just know that as a coach, you're already modeling life. People are going to start behaving like you. Okay, let me go through. I'll come back to it. Don't worry. Let me explain what I'm explaining. Somebody says I should go through the list. I'll come back to it. So I'm not finished. There are like 16 points I want to give you. So I'm at the 12th point, which said number 12 point, you must have the ability to take feedback and constructive criticism. Number 13, you must have ethical conduct. Number 14, you must have continuous education. When I finish, I'll go back to the first one. So if you miss any, you'll get it. You must have continuous education. That means you yourself, you are growing. Non-stop. You are continuously growing. Great coaches are always growing. Continuous education and self-reflection. Think about you and your growth. Think and grow. Great coaches, they never stop growing. I don't know how many courses I'm doing this year. I'm telling you. They are always growing because there's always something new. I have another course I'm doing. What they call it, drama. Is it avoiding drama in marriage? All of that, why? Because I cannot pour from an empty cup. So I need to keep equipping me so that I can keep equipping others. I know that I'm here to help. So what am I going to give them if I don't grow, if I'm not growing, if I'm not educating myself? So it's a continuous process. There's never a day you say, okay, no, I'm full. Even those who were here last year, and I taught them this subject I'm teaching now, you know what I taught them last year. I've improved it from there because I am always looking at what is the best method, which is the best possible one now, which is the most recent that works. Because the fact that something worked last year doesn't mean it worked this year. For those who did tools and whatever of coaching with me last year, this is not what I was teaching them. It has improved. Where are my people? Am I alone? Who was here last year? Amy, were you here last year? Andy, why are you people quiet? All right. So there was no student of last year to help me define this for me or confirm what I'm saying. You are busy writing that you don't want to carry your head over and speak.
I'm taking down
Did
notes.
you hear the question?
No, mommy.
I knew it. Okay, that's fine. We'll come back there. I was saying that I keep improving because coaches must grow continuously, and that topic I taught last year, but this is not 15. You must have cultural sensitivity. You are going, some people walk up to you from a different culture, different background, different anything. You must have that cultural sensitivity. A Muslim could come to you for marriage counseling. You need to mind the way you are talking to them. It's different. So I'm not going to just maybe start talking. You are too judgmental. Guess what? Be culturally sensitive so that you don't judge them and say they're only where they are because that was what they know. People are where they are because based on what they know. Based on what they know. So you must have cultural sensitivity. And then lastly, the 16th point is resilience. Resilience. You have to be resilient. Like I said from the beginning, when I was still just introducing who a coach, understanding the mindset of a coach. the mindset. I said you have to build resilience because things are going to shock you. I'm telling you, you find yourself crying. I've worked with a client. You find yourself, people are crying together. So you have to build that resilience as a coach. So let me go through the list again. Number one, I said active listener. You must be. These are the roles and responsibilities of a coach, marriage coach. Active listener, supporter, motivator, challenger, accountability partner. You have to be accountability partner, empathetic, non-judgmental. That's number 7. You have to be non-judgmental. Number 8, powerful questioning. Talking about the roles and responsibilities of a coach. You must have an empowering, positive outlook. That's 9. 10, flexibility and adaptability. You have to be flexible and adaptable in spite of what you do. Instead that you have been framed and given that this is how you should go, this is how you should ask. Be flexible, be adaptable to different situations, different challenges, different people. Number 12, you must have the ability to take feedback and constructive criticism. Note this, write it down as a coach. You must be, you know that people you cannot you're trying to say that I don't know. No, that's not it. Constructive feedback. You must learn to take it. Criticism. Number 13, you must have ethical conduct. Your conduct must be on point. Ethical conduct. That all those slangs I've said, don't make slangs in meetings. You see the meeting with some people, they just make some kind of sounds. Please. Respect from you. Ethics, conduct. Because you are coaching people. What are you coaching them into? To be making slangs? You sit with people, mature, educated people, and you can't just do that. Some people come to you because they have a particular problem. It's not because they lack every other thing. They may have a problem, marital problem, they come to you, but they are big career people, business people, they are good at their other things. They simply have a weakness or a problem in one thing. So you must maintain conduct, good ethical conduct. You must have that. Then you must have continuous education, like I was saying. Don't go and tick off somebody because you're trying to judge their where you are, how people behave, how they perceive things, what different things mean to them. For instance, when you go like to Nigeria to greet an adult, you lie on your stomach. If you're in Yoruba land, you lie down flat. But here, in Cameroon, you hold your 2 hands like this. You put the 2 hands to greet a senior person. But when you do that in Yoruba land, for instance, they will say you're disrespectful. You did not go down. You didn't bow. So people need to understand different cultures, and you'll find these things in marriages, conflicting cultural backgrounds, and they don't understand how others are supposed to behave in different cultures. So these are things that are important. We have to know that cultural background thing, and there has to be that cultural sensitivity. There has to be that. The coach has to know that, and then the people you're coaching, they need to also understand that. Even within the same country, different cultures. Because I don't know, the Yorubas, they go down flat. I don't know whether the Igbos do that as well. The Caribbeans, we hold it. Once you hold your 2 hands, you support your second hand, you have honored the person enough. When they see that, they know that this child is, this woman or this man or this girl is honoring me. But when you go and do that in Yoruba land, you have disrespect. Bow down low. So cultural sensitivity is important. Then resilience is the last one. Is there any point that somebody did not get? And is there any question that you want? Or should I go through and then we ask questions at the end? Let me hear from you.
Maybe we go through and then ask questions at the end.
All right. So
My suggestion.
Thank you, Mama. So go to the. Oh, I left something. Number 17 of the roles and responsibilities of a coach. The last and most important, you must be spiritually sound. You must be spiritually sound as a coach, to tell you the truth. And you need to understand biblical principles around marriage so that you can guide. You remember I said from the beginning that this is actually, in fact, we are
So
doing.
that should be number 16.
Okay,
That
not
should be number
17.
6. Yeah, it should be 16.
All right.
The spiritually
So
sound.
you must be spiritually sound. You have to be spiritual, and you must understand biblical principles around marriage. Understand when you are speaking things and make sure that they are in alignment with those values that we hold or we uphold. Of this team of today, which is sharing with you the growth strategy, the grow model, like you call it model, like you call it strategy. Okay, Rhoda is asking for the definition. It's long. Nobody can just give it. They give it from their notes. So Annie, when you take notes, can you share with Rhoda? She's asking about the definition of coaching. You give from your notes, share with them. Okay, on this form so that people who missed out on anything they can pick from there. But then we also have a recording which you can always go back there, listen to it. One of the things that helps me is recording. My quiet moment, I go back and always listen to my recordings of my lessons. Yes, you're welcome. You'll get it, you'll get everything, so don't worry. Now we're going to our growth strategy or grow model. You want to call it model, you call model. So GROW is an acronym. GROW is an acronym. GROW. GROW is an acronym. So we're using GROW as an acronym. And this is how it goes. So the goal. G stands for the goal. So the goal of this, now this is you and a coachee, somebody you are coaching. Very specific. So you'll be asking, this is where they're asking the type of questions. Asking the coachee or the client what they want to achieve. What do you really want? And it must be realistic. They should not be wanting things that are not, you understand what I'm saying? What do you want? This is how you, what you be asking. Communication. So your questions will help with the diagnosis. It could be in the area of communication. Once you are asking them questions and they begin to respond, then you begin to already identify the areas. You will know that, oh, this thing is around communication. What do you really want? You'll be asking them. Can you describe your goal? How important is this to you? This to you. So know their pain point. Understand what is their pain point. What are they saying that is doing them? It's happening to them. How are they feeling? And sometimes you only the symptoms, so but you need to dig deep to know the goals. Just and they're not yet touching deep into the real thing. Yeah, we were fighting. What happened before you fought? Yeah, he came out, started telling me that. He told me that. Why did he tell you that? When did he say it? What happened before he said this thing? You say you're prompting them. Because they'll come and tell you, look at my eye. Look at my eye. They box my eye. They did this, they did that, they did that, they did that. Oh, they insulted me. Oh, he said this and said that. Why did he say so? Has he ever said so before? Was this the first time he said so? So you ask questions that will make you to go deeper, because they will come telling you the symptom. The dark eye is an outcome of something. Something led to that. How often, or has it ever happened before now? Those type of questions that you'll be asking from one thing to the other, and then it's what is happening, so that you don't just judge based on the symptoms that they have told you. They have just told you, this man doesn't come back home, he doesn't sleep at home, or he sleeps, he comes home every day late. No, that's a symptom. What caused that coming home late? It's coming from somewhere. So your questioning will go deep until you get to the point where you understand why the man is doing what he is doing. You see why I say that coaching like this, growth has to be part of it, change has to be part of it, right? Because there are some things that will change. There are some things that women are coached. I mean, like life change, things turn around. And they are telling me thank you. Because some things that they were doing, didn't know that those things were harming their relationship. So they had to change them, and then they began to see a difference. So G is for the goal. So almost find out, what do they really want? What do you want? That's what the goal is about. For them to find out their goal. You want what? I want peace. Somebody say, I want peace in my marriage. Oh, I want a joyful marriage. Oh, I want to almost spend time or go on vacation together. I want this. I want. What is the goal? What are you looking for? Oh, I need him to give me money. He's not giving money. Find out what is their goal. You need to understand the goal. So start from the goal. That is the first letter of the acronym. And then the R stands for reality. What is the reality in this matter? Reality. So you must assess the current reality in that marriage. What is the challenge? What's happening right now? Is there blame game? Somebody's blaming somebody for something that somebody did. Are they always blaming each other? Is there silent treatment? What's the current reality? Silent treatment? Is there absenteeism? Is there disruptive communication? Why are they stuck? What's happening? What is the current reality? What is happening? That is what R stands for, the reality. What is the reality? How long has this been? So help them to identify their barriers. What is holding them down? Help them to identify their limiting beliefs, because there are things that people believe and they are acting on those limiting beliefs, and it's keeping them stuck in marriage. It's making them not move forward. There are so many of them. Let me just go to the end, and then we can have you guys participating and contributing to some of those limiting beliefs that you think that can limit marriages. I'll come back to that question. Can be keeping people stuck. We are done with reality, with R, which is reality. Let's go to O. O is option. So what are the options available? As a coach, you must find potential options to help them solve the problem that they have presented to you. What are the options? What are the options? You must understand that this person needs this, or that he needs this solution, or that he needs proper communication, or needs proper conflict resolution methodology, needs this. Or what are the options available? Telling them what can be done, bring your own strategy to the scene. You can change the dynamics. What are the options available? So when you look at it, you'll be able to understand the options that are available to bring a change, to help their marriage get better, to help their relationship get to the point where they want to get to. What are the options? What are the options? So you must have options. As a coach, that is why continuous learning is part of our responsibility, because by the time you keep growing, you will discover that there are so many options. My God, many options. Many options. I was discovering options in conflict resolution of recent, and I was like, wow, conflict resolution, this is the way to look at it. You know, there's a way we used to see, but there's a way more modern now. More recent and resonating with the present times, with the mindset of now, with the generation of today. Because you cannot keep bringing archaic methods to a recent generation. It will not even work with them. Right? So the last letter We'll talk about option O, and the last one is W, which stands for way forward. W is way forward. So what is the way forward? So the coachee needs to be able to select an option based on how you have taught them or him or her. How and when to commit to taking action. Tell them what is the way forward. Now that we have discovered that it is communication or it is conflict, what is the way forward? What's the next thing I need to do? What is it? And after everything, as a marriage coach, man, payment. You can start small, but make sure they bring in the payment. The reason that many problems are not solved is because they're receiving the solution for free, so they don't value them. Do you get what I'm saying? You pay to be in this class. You have to go coach. They pay for coaching. Make sure they pay for their coaching. And for you to make them pay is for you to take them back to their pain. Their pain is the weapon. You take them there and then solution. Because if you don't do this, this is where your marriage is driving you to. This is what you want to keep living in, this kind of battered, shattered, challenging marriage. Do you want to be beaten every day? Do you want to be ghosted all the time? Do you want, to be in a house lonely, married yet lonely? Pick the pain points in their pain, highlight it to them. And then they should be able to put down the payment for you to coach them. In fact, I had to prepare intentionally a form of payment so that when people show up that they want this, I have to send it to them. Most of the time, we have the challenge as pastors, by the way, that people want to come and take everything from a pastor for free. And yet they are the very first people that will be insulting pastors that are looking for money. So they think that the pastor can even do and make their own money. Nobody wants to pay for. They want to take it all for free. For free. Not this type of trained professional counseling. It's not this type. This is crucial to their lives. They pay everyone for free because they don't see the importance. This is very crucial. It's very important. And that's why we have to be professional. I'll rest my case here after giving you this GLOW method, because this is how you do your questioning. You start from the G. The way forward. What do we do at the end of the day? What do we do? For those of you who really want to take coaching seriously and as a business, then you need to join the 12 pillars, which I've brought it down to the 7 pillars. But this one, that's my conference. Then you help you on content creation and visibility. Things that can help you step out and become a coach, show up as a coach that you are. How do you show up? How do you even work on your profile? What do you describe you on your profile? We'll package you that. That one now is at a different cost. After our e-woman we embark on that year who will be graduating from. Then you'll be able to show up as a coach and be able to tell people who you are. Have your elevator pitch and speak about you well. Speak about your thing that you offer, the solution you're bringing, the type of people you're bringing the solution to, where this can offer them. And that's how you start. Because if you want to take coaching to the next level where it can become a business for you, And of course, that is where coaching is supposed to learn you. It's a business. And it's a business that if you grow it well, you can be making money while you are sleeping. Come to the 7 pillars and I'll lead you in this other next level. This is another next level of it. All right. So any question or what was it we said we were going to do at the end? Were we going to come back? Thank you for that.
So much, Mommy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, so what are some limiting beliefs before you get to ask your own question? What do you think can be some limiting beliefs in marriage? Things that could be affecting their marriages, and we said that it could be limiting beliefs, right? What? Thank you. My mentor is in this class. Any mentor you have that does not have a mentor, watch out. You just know that they're not going far. The most humble mentor that I have is this one here. I've learned a lot from her, and she too is like, in fact, we are just these are the kind of people you should surround yourself with. People who add value to you, you are adding value to them. You add value to them, they too are adding value to your life. She adds a lot of value to my life. She may not even know well, but she's doing that. It's my mentor. So show me your mentor and I will tell you where you are going. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. So why you are dropping some of the nuggets, some key things that jumped at you, why you are dropping them? If somebody has, just unmute yourself and tell us why you think a limiting belief in marriage can be.
I was just laughing when you said we need to be very professional and then payments must accompany. I just wanted to share this point where each time I try to do sports on my own, I become reluctant. I mean, I can be lazy and other, but each time I spend money to pay a trainer, no, I'm consistent.
Correct. Thank you for saying that.
I just linked it to, I say, I don't want my £5 to go, so I follow it religiously when I pay for something. You can see that I've been following up my coaching because I paid some money.
That's it. That is it. I mean that when you pay attention. If you don't pay, you will not pay attention. You'll be like, the thing is too free. It seems like, thank you for just sharing this, because that is a whole challenge. So people need to pay so that they can listen to what you are saying, so that they can be able to apply, go and do the work, because the work will be done by a coach, not you. You are just guiding them. The proper communication will be done by them. You cannot go and communicate with somebody's husband for them. If it's a problem of intimacy, you're not going to want to go and be intimate for them. Guess what? Because if they have to do that, that's what they have to do, right?
Then I noted this. I think it was under the questions, the technique of 7 power questions.
Yes.
Then somebody talked about that these are the key lines that questions will come from. So I just, I don't know. So what about, can that be one of the key lines,
okay,
where,
that's so powerful. Family and friends. So what happens is that whether family, friends, work, or whatever, it will fall under one of these. So what is happening? What about family? Is there proper communication in the family? Does that make sense? Is there a gap? Is there communication? So it's just, now you can now fit any other thing under any of these ones. you under one of them other, because there could be conflict that has come as a result of maybe poor communication, misunderstanding, or whatever. But that makes a lot of sense though. And then, like we're talking about the children. So when you want to talk about family, children, you can go back to that slide just to see all the things that were listed there. Yeah, to see the things that were listed there, because yes, of course, if we even want to add, this list can always be expanded though. It can always be expanded because you have things like boundaries in marriage. And a lot of the time, people don't even understand what boundaries are, or they misunderstand boundaries, or they set boundaries for them.
Yes, we did that.
Good.
All right. Thanks.
So yes, I think you can add it. You can add it. It's not even like as if we are stuck here, because this knowledge is increasing, and so there are some key areas you can still look at and say, okay, yeah, you look at the person, you say this problem is coming, it's not her, it's not them, like it's coming from maybe family members, it's coming from in-laws, or it's coming from here and that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
I agree. You can add it. You can add it.
Okay. Thanks.
There could be a way to add. Yeah. I am here. I want somebody to tell me about any limiting belief that can be affecting marriages. I want us to clock something here. Any limiting belief that can be a bias or a challenge in a marriage. Don't go too far. It's not always hard because it's a question. It's just a normal question I can answer. Okay. Let me give you an example. For instance, some men believe that a woman's place is in the kitchen. It's a belief. And that the woman must be there 24/7 or every day. She has to be there to cook. It's a limiting belief. Some men believe like that, and so they treat the women like that. It's a limiting belief. Now, when they start growing, when you lead them in the area of growth, they will discover that they have more potential than to waste time and energy and everything only in the kitchen. Like they can do more than cooking. It's a limiting belief to think that the woman can only cook. There's more to a woman than cooking. Yes, any other limiting belief, please, I want to hear from you. I just gave this example so that to open up our minds.
Yeah, please, Mama D. I want to share, I don't know, believe me when I said you placed it for me. Yeah. There's a case presently I shared with Papa D during the class, and I started talks with them. I mean, the two young people that separated, like, well, for now the girl went to the family, to the parents, and the two parents they are here in Yaoundé. Now, but then I started my little counseling because I called the girl up. I hope this week I'll get the guy to talk to with him before I see what is happening. But then something that I noticed, because of their background, you marry a woman or a man, mostly the women suffer from this. And because I don't know whether there's real love or some jealousy or whatever, because of the person's background, I don't know how. I think it's lack of counseling, because for this case, I even asked whether they had counseling. They said, yeah, the priest did this. I just laughed, knowing from my priest.
You see what I'm saying.
But then you see this girl, she's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's not working in a good place. The parents are alive and still working and rich. Let me say rich. I mean, yes, they are good. Yeah.
The
boy is not like well-to-do. The boy is not like from a very bad family too, and he has the parents here. Somewhere, somehow, you see that there's some interference, especially from the boy's family. The way I saw it, I know the two parents. That's the interesting thing. That's why I felt peace. Then that notwithstanding, because even the parents of the boy are advising is really out of this. You can't believe it. I don't even know how to qualify it. But that notwithstanding, in the deepest of it, you see this boy will address this girl. Oh, you are useless. You are stupid. You are you are not beautiful. You are this. So you see that there's some complex somewhere. You got married to this girl. She is from a good family. She is doing well. No matter how humble, you see that she's naughty. She's this. And I see that, why do you get married to somebody first? And these issues, maybe they were hidden and not talk about. You still look at her like, you know, that you have a complex and they bring jealousy, and then you want to downplay that, bring her, roll her to the ground. I don't know whether I get the point.
I get it very well.
I don't know why it happened like that. I've seen cases, and
it's too much misalignment.
This one is
misalignment.
Yes.
They get,
and this one is typical one.
It's an insecure spirit. The other people, they are insecure, and they're always looking for how to come and say, okay, you are behaving like this because you are rich. You are doing this because you have that. They're just intimidated by the weight of the other people. So anything you do now, they will go and they will align it to the fact that, oh, you are behaving. A normal girl that should just feel free with her husband, she will not feel free with her husband, because if she does this thing now, they will now say that, okay, she's doing it because their father is rich, her mother is rich, their family is this, or she is rich. Have you seen African family? That's why one of the things, like I tell people, that I prefer this premarital, because if I talk with them from the beginning, I will just tell you that you don't have business there. You don't have business here. Because they were red flags, but they ignored, because they always like marriage. They want to go and get married. And they will get married and do gorgeous, I say weddings. Trust us with weddings that we like to do. You will see wedding like this, but come and see them. After that, there is a fight. So from the beginning, even the council or the priest, they will not even know. Priests are just excited to also just join them. They are not even there checking all those details, all these professional details, to know that because this girl is a person that I deal a lot with girls, because that boy needs a mentor. He needs a I had to send one guy to one of my coaches who is in the UK, a coach of mine who taught me marriage counseling and coaching. One of my coaches, I had to send the guy to him for coaching, because that guy is a men's coach. He coaches men very well. That's why I talk about referring people to some people. It gets to a point where you need to talk to refer them to some people. I had to refer them, because sometimes that familiarity, the fact that you know the family, you just need to send them to a neutral person. And then if I get to talk with this boy, if I have the opportunity to talk to this boy who doesn't know me and I don't know him, I'll tell him the truth that he needs to know. Because many guys need teaching. Girls are learning, they are growing, they are developing, but the boys are not growing. So they remain, how they call them, mommies, whatever. Mommy's sons. These boys that don't grow out of their mother's whatever. It's not because your mother is bad, but because you have to be a man. You just have to be a man. Wise mothers will tell you, go to your wife, tell you what to do. They will not let you do to your wife what they don't want their own husband to do to them. But many mothers, that's why I am very happy with Coach Dr. Fomenki's coaching, because she's also one male child coach. She's a good male child coach, Dr. Fomenki. Her own story combined with her studies. She has to talk with one of that kind of a boy. Those are the kind of people I would refer some people like that. I say, talk with this so and so person. Then you just talk, somebody just loosen some few knots, and then your head will sit back where you're supposed to sit. So the thing that I was saying here, that coaching like this, you need resilience. Because you listen to some stories, the thing will pain you like, you don't let me find it. There are times it's like, let me look for a whip. Like, how can you be thinking like this? They are like that. I've come across many. I'm telling you. It's like now you committed a crime by coming from a good family. So it's a crime you committed. So that girl will just be, if this boy is not properly coached, she has no business in that marriage. The boy needs proper education. That's why I say growth, development, personal development. Okay, so that Mama, thank you for bringing that up because that's a case study that helps us to go deep into some things. Let me read some questions that are on here. Yeah, some questions. Limiting belief that men are the sole providers. Yes, that's a limiting belief because women, God has given us potentials. If your own is you can make money. There's women that are making more money than the husbands they are married to. You can support your family with the money that you make, which is fine. Even at that point, I even like when the woman is financially okay because that helps her somehow. It helps her somehow. Okay, some men believe that when their wife has a boyfriend, the wife should not just mention him for fear it will destroy their relationship. But then the wife is suffering from the fact that she cannot share her feelings with her husband. She's afraid her husband will get angry. Exactly. I don't know why. Can you explain all this thing, Madam Tabi, please? Please, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
I got a
Talk
lot
to
of
us.
knowledge. Yeah, I just really like the point you're discussing where you said from the example that was given where the women come from a wealthy family and things like that. You also want to consider the side where the man comes from a very wealthy
It starts helping you. That's what it is. So do we have any other question? Because I'm done.